Hey, what's up everybody? Paul here, Left Coast Mall Car Builds. Happy Tuesday. So let me show you where we ended up with the Willys last night. Didn't get it done, but we got pretty far. A couple little hiccups, but hopefully we'll have it done the next day or two. This is for the Glory Days group build, hosted by Joe and Tiffany. I threw some clips together along the way. We'll go ahead and show those, but here's where we got. There you go, you can kind of see those decals there. It all set pretty good, just used water. Didn't need any solution or anything. That one back there. Got the hood. So, that's what we got. Hopefully we'll get this thing wrapped up in the next day or two. And enjoy the clips along the way, and have a good day out there. We'll catch you guys later. What's up everybody? So today we are going to be working on doing some cleaning in here, along with some building around a few other things. So hopefully we'll get some good time out here. We'll see what the day brings. Got a few other things to do inside and getting ready. Let's go like that. Getting ready for, you know, back to work tomorrow. Luckily today I had the day off. I'll log in, do a little bit of work remote, because I really want to get some stuff here. We got some mail to get out, some mail to open. So we're just going to kind of chug along today, see what we can get done over here. And then we'll update this a little later as we go. We've been chugging along on the Willys. Ran into a little issue, probably should have caught it earlier on. Chassis got a little bit of a tweak to it. I mean, it'll be okay. Like I say, this is just going to be a fun, you know, fun little shelf model here, this Willys, but it's looking cool. That's what we got going so far. Got the gauges in there. Chipping away on the motor. This is probably going to be about as detailed as it gets. Is just some paint, really kind of a box stock build. You know, it'll be a lot of fun. Do a little rubbing on the body, get the decals on, and we'll see how this thing goes. There's not a lot more to do here. I'm hesitant to say it'll be done today, but you never know. We'll see where we get. We're going to enjoy our second cup of coffee, work on some of this, work in here, get some cleaning done. And this will kind of get into our buddy Jason, his question about, it was about being organized and some stuff like that. Well, we are working on it because we have got a mess. Yeah, and then in and out, we've had a lot of rain out here this past week. You know, we just got back, June and I. So once everything dries out, we're gonna have some work to do there. Some work out here. Want to get some pavers down. So fun stuff, but that's another day. Yeah, this will be a whole nother thing, organizing up over here. But we will get there. So I'm going to get to work on a few things here, and we'll touch back in a little bit with an update, so you guys can kind of see where we're at, what we're doing. Maybe get June out here a little later. But otherwise, I'm going to enjoy the day. So we'll check back in a few hours, see where we got progress on either the Willys, the shop, or a little bit of both. Catch you in a bit, everybody. What's going on, everybody? Paul here. So we've been chipping away on our Willys here. I know we're upside down. So not 100% as I had planned, which is fine. I mean, stuff happens. All in all, though, having a good time. So kind of at the tail end of this build, and there's a lot of little stuff we're going to be touching up. Going to try to get a little bit of color there on the headers, working with some Tamiya clear paints. And then as this build hopefully wraps up nice, there's definitely going to be a lot of stuff to go back and touch up. So my thought was, as I'm doing this, kind of walk you guys through just some ways I'm going to clean this up as it gets finished, add some paint detail to this engine, which is right out of the box, and see what we can do. So we're going to start by trying to make those headers look like they're heated up a little bit. So we'll start with that blue, working a little bit of red and orange, and see what we got. So let's see what we can do to those. What's up, everybody? Paul here. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can add some heat stains to these headers. That'll be our first thing to do. And kind of cleaning up this kit stock gasser engine for the Big John Willys. So I've been watching a few different videos, looking at some one-to-one stuff, and seeing some different ways of doing it. Pretty cool. So, you know, I don't know if there's a right or wrong way, really just kind of getting the different effect that you want. So what I'm going to do is start with a little bit of red and just kind of run it down. Then we're going to come back with some orange, and then we're going to get some blue in some spots and see if it all kind of meshes in. Now, again, this is really just kind of turning into a fun little build. Nothing crazy. It's going to sit on the shelf, so not too worried. Kind of see what we end up with. So we're going to start with a little bit of red here. We got the Tamiya clear red. And what we're going to do is just kind of run some down here. Let it kind of fade out as it goes. We're going to keep this really kind of light. I don't know if you can kind of see here. I'm guessing this is going to be a bit of a process in just kind of getting some down and then coming back with any other colors, which in this case we will be doing some orange and some blue. Don't want to forget about the undersides. Now I'm just brushing this on here, getting a decent amount, maybe too much. Again, we'll see. It's all trial and error. But here's what we got so far with the red. We're going to let that sit for a little bit, come back and get some orange around. So we'll be back here shortly. All right, so now we're going to come back, going to get some orange in here. Then we're going to do a little bit of wiping with the blue shop towel. Let's see here what we're getting. All right, I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit, and then we're gonna come back, touch up some blue in here, and see how this all kind of forms out. All right, so now we've kind of wiped this down. We got the orange and the red in there. We're gonna come back with some blue now, and definitely hit around the curves. You know, right in around those bends. And just see how this looks. Again, this is something I've not done. I wanted to take and do something like this on one with the airbrush. I've seen that done a lot. Looks like it comes out really nice. But I figured, since we're just keeping this basic, you know, doing it with the brush and some clear would be fun. And I know some folks, that's kind of, maybe they don't have the airbrush or all the stuff, and sometimes just doing things the old simple way with the brush is a little easier to relate to. Now, I have seen also where people use, I think, some of the Tamiya, maybe some of the AK little powders, and that looked really cool too. I have some, but I don't believe I have the ones that I saw someone using in a video. So we're just going to stick to the brush paint, see what we get. This, and it may be a little heavy. I have a little idea here of what we can come back and touch some of this with if we need to. But yeah, like I say, really just for fun, you know, have a good time, see what we end up with. That's really all I was trying to do here. Give this a little different look. So we will see. So far, without doing any real cleanup, you know, we kind of got something like this. You know, not too bad. Maybe we might come back now with a little bit of chrome paint, hit a few areas, just so it's not, you know, burnt all the way down. Again, first time doing it here too, so we'll see what we get when we're done here. All right, give me a second. We're gonna let this sit for a little bit, figure out how we want to go back now and just touch everything up. All right, so here's kind of what we've got. Let's see if you can get a visual here. So it definitely has a burnt look, maybe a little more than anticipated. So what I'm gonna do now is come back with some Green Stuff World Chrome. And I'm just going to hit a few areas along with touching up a couple areas that were trimmed up here, because that's part of what we're going to be doing as well, is just cleaning this up. So let's see what we got here. So you can kind of see what I'm doing there is just gain some chrome paint. So you still got that burnt look around, but just kind of blending it in. It's kind of the fun thing with the painting, as well as you can always come back and touch things up. You know, get it the way you're wanting it. So we'll kind of let this sit and dry and see what we end up with. You can kind of see you got the burnt edges. You can still see that coloring in there. So yeah, we'll see what we end up with here. We'll be back in a little bit. All right, so not sure if I'm going to go back, touch these up a little more, kind of leave them. So we've definitely got, you know, a little bit of that burnt look. We've gone in, taken some of the chrome around some to kind of blend it all in. And we'll see how it looks as it dries. Again, kind of first time messing with this. Just a simple shelf build, so figured that would be a good one to go with. So we'll see how this all comes out. From a distance, doesn't look too bad. Definitely something I'm going to keep working more on. So I'm going to keep chugging away here, and we'll be back in a little bit. All right, we got some stuff drying here. Still catching up on our videos. Really cool here. Checking out Steve's Sunday morning model cars and coffee. Very cool. So we got the rear bumper set. We got the headers, the engine set, the drive line. We got a little bit of that burnt coloring on there. We'll see how it all comes out. Like I say, this will be fun. Now, once all this sets, we're going to get ready to go back in, touch some stuff up, see if we can get the interior going. But we do need to get our decals on the body, so we may go in and do that. Yeah, see how it goes. Just having fun. Haven't gotten much done over here yet. Kind of just been sitting down, chipping away on the build, having a good time, but we do definitely need to get some cleaning done in here. So maybe after lunch, we'll get on that. But yeah, this is coming out pretty good. A lot of fun. We'll see how this thing finishes out. All right, so before we start to get the radiator hoses in, I'm going to go in. We're going to touch up a couple things on the engine here, the chassis. Not everything, a couple things we're going to do at the end, but right now we're going to touch up the fan belt, painting the black over that chrome. So I'm just literally flaked right off. So we're going to go ahead and touch up a few things, and then we'll try to get the radiator, the hoses in place. We'll work on our decals, and then hopefully get the glass in, get the interior tub set, and hopefully this will fall into place as it should. Now I did drill out, open up the holes, so hopefully all that still fits the way it was, and go from there. But yeah, all in all, fun kit, looking pretty good, I think. So we will be back here in a little bit. All right, so got that stuff set in place, looking pretty cool. Now we're going to go work on the body, the decals. I'm not sure if we're going to color sand and polish this or just hit it with a little bit of cleaner just to clean it up. Like I say, this is just going to be sitting on the shelf, so I'm not too concerned. It looks pretty good, not too bad. I mean, if this was something that was going to be going to a show, I would definitely color sand, cut it down a little, polish it out. But for the shelf, yeah, I don't know. I think it'll look all right. But that's what we got so far. So we will be back shortly. All right, so we got the foil done. Just did a little bit of wiping down on it, a little polishing, nothing crazy. We're going to go ahead and get some decals on there now. Man, this thing, little by little, there have been some other issues with it. We'll get into that later. Right now, we're going to go ahead and get the decals laid on. Hopefully no issues there. We'll be back in a bit. There you go. You can see a little more of that candy there. All right, so here we go with the decals. Everything looks pretty good. I'll let that sit